all of you have heard of this. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, or eating an apple on going to bed and you'll keep the doctor from earning his bread. Most of you have heard of such terms, myths, and theories surrounding the apple. And also the apple has been historically referred to many things. Like for example, for the physicists like Isaac Newton, he determined the force of gravity using apples. So the apple has very many descriptions depending on different people. For us, the poultry farmers, what we know about the apple is the apple cider vinegar. So today in our video we are going to talk about the apple cider vinegar, the benefits of apple cider vinegar to our poultry flock. So we'll go straight to the types of apple cider vinegar that you have to use. Okay, we have two varieties of apple cider vinegar. We have one that is pasteurized. The pasteurized one kills the helpful bacteria, and we have another one which is unpasteurized organic apple cider vinegar that contains the mother. What do we mean when we say unpasteurized organic apple cider vinegar that contains the mother? The mother, in quotes, is a source of probiotic, good bacteria, along with vitamins and minerals, and it has helpful bacteria that fights harmful bacteria. As you can see in this video, the apple cider vinegar from this company known as Bragg's, the simple difference between pasteurized and unpasteurized organic apple cider vinegar with the mother is that the pasteurized one is filtered and it does not contain the mother. So we are going to talk about the benefits of apple cider vinegar, organic and pasteurized apple cider vinegar with the mother. Make sure you watch to the end to get the right doses, the do's and don'ts of the apple cider vinegar. Let's go. The first benefit of apple cider vinegar is that it kills or repels ecto and endoparasites. In ecto and endoparasites, we have an example of the mites. The mites usually attack the chicken while they are sleeping on their eggs so that they can hatch their chicks because of the continued time that they have in their nesting boxes. So the apple cider vinegar seeps into the blood and makes the blood have a bad taste that the mite and fleas won't find it pleasing, the sweet juice of the blood from the chicken. And for the case of the worms of the endoparasite, it is that it lowers the pH of the chicken gut so that it creates an environment that is not conducive for the worms to develop. We will go straight to our second benefit of apple cider vinegar is that it boosts immunity and the digestive system. It's able to clean the gut for better absorption of the food by the chicken, and also we have the egg-laying hens will have cleaner egg. The next is that it lowers the pH in the chicken crop, hence reducing the chances of salmonella developing. Salmonella developing, an example of the diseases are like the cholera and the typhoid, which when it attacks your flock, it usually has a very high rate of mortality. So this apple cider vinegar will help you big time. We'll head to the third benefit of apple cider vinegar is that it prevents and treats coccidiosis. Coccidiosis is a disease whereby the chicks or the chicken usually poop blood, and it is caused by a protozoa. So the benefit of apple cider vinegar is that it lowers the pH of the chicken gut, and it also prevents the developing of the protozoa in the chicken gut that can cause coccidiosis. It is a beneficial antioxidant and significantly decreased the level of harmful toxin in the chicken's body. Our fourth benefit of apple cider vinegar is that it increases calcium absorption. This helps for the chicken to have stronger eggshell and prevention of rubber eggs in your flock. A rubber egg is whereby the chicken lays an egg without the strong shell around it, and that is what it also prevents by better calcium absorption. Another benefit is that it prevents egg binding by better absorption of calcium. And when the chicken is unable to absorb calcium, it can cause the chicken to die because the egg won't be able to be laid and it will rot around the excretion area of the chicken. We will head to our fifth benefit of apple cider vinegar. It helps prevent sour crop in chicken. Sour crop in chicken is usually caused by when the chicken ingests more crude fiber than it retains, and the food usually gets stuck around the crop and it can stay there for a very long time. The benefit of apple cider vinegar here is that it combats the yeast infection. We will head straight to our sixth benefit of apple cider vinegar. The sixth benefit of apple cider vinegar is that it keeps harmful bacteria from developing in the chicken water. Have you ever had cases of whereby you have this slippery thing on your drinker? And for example, for people like me who are sometimes very lazy, we don't want to wash the drinkers over and over. There's usually some slippery, murky stuff that appears on the bottom of the drinker. So the apple cider vinegar will also help prevent that slippery thing from developing on the drinker, even if it has stayed for a very long time. We will go to our seventh benefit of apple cider vinegar. It improves the chicken respiration or cures respiratory diseases in chicken. This is achieved by the apple cider vinegar contains potassium that helps thin mucus secretion for easy breathing. For example, those chickens that usually have this snoring sound and coughing sound late night during the winter seasons can be treated using apple cider vinegar. We will head to our eighth benefit of apple cider vinegar. The eighth benefit of apple cider vinegar is that it increases egg production in laying hens. This is done by the better absorption of nutrients by the chicken, because some of the nutrients are usually taken up by the worms. The eighth benefit of apple cider vinegar is that it is a deodorizer. It makes the chicken poop smell better. How is this achieved? This is achieved by when the apple cider vinegar is ingested into the chicken stomach, it kills the harmful bacteria that causes the bad smell in the chicken poop by removing the high ammonia levels when the chicken poops its poop. The 10th benefit of apple cider vinegar is that it is a sanitizer and a disinfectant. As in my farm, I usually use the apple cider vinegar to disinfect my hands when collecting eggs, to disinfect the nesting boxes of my chicken so that the mice will be unable to get there and attack my chicken when they are laying their eggs. I also use to disinfect my incubators when I'm hatching the eggs. The 11th benefit of apple cider vinegar is that it is a great soak for your chicken. If your chicken has a cut, scratch, or it has bumblefoot, the best way you can treat it is by soaking its leg or the cut into apple cider vinegar, which is an organic solution, unlike the use of methylated spirit straight to the dosage. Here we have the dosage. 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar goes to 1 gallon of water. That is 3.785 liters of water. That is for chicks that are between day 1 up to week 5. You use 1 teaspoon for 1 gallon of water, or 3.785 liters of water. And for the chicken that are above 5 weeks, you use 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar into 1 gallon of water, or 3.785 liters of water. That is for the chicken that are 5 weeks and above. Apple cider vinegar is given for 1 week, once a month. You only give it 7 days every month. For example, if you are giving it from date 1 up to date 7 of the month of September until date 1 up to date 7 on the month of October. So that is the dosage of the apple cider vinegar. Anything that is good doesn't lack its negative sides. So what are the hazards of apple cider vinegar? If you give too much apple cider vinegar to your laying hens, they will lay rubber eggs. What do I mean when I say rubber eggs? The apple cider vinegar will inhibit the absorption of calcium if it is abused by the user and given too much to the chicken. The second hazard of apple cider vinegar is that it can cause zinc poisoning, and zinc poisoning can happen when you use a metal waterer. Most of these metal waterers are usually galvanized by zinc so that they cannot get rust. When you use the apple cider vinegar, it will be able to dissolve the zinc, and when the chicken ingests that water with zinc dissolved in it, it can cause zinc poisoning to the chicken and it can cause death to your chicken. So make sure you follow the right dosage that I've indicated. The third hazard of apple cider vinegar is that it can reduce the egg production, since the chicken will be unable to absorb the calcium. So make sure you be so keen when you're using the apple cider vinegar. And we are going to the last hazard. Don't mix antibiotics with apple cider vinegar. Guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, share and subscribe, and I will see you around.